so today's video was actually requested by a subscriber, and she asked me to talk about pedophiles, catcalling, and all that stuff, but I'm actually also going to talk about the 2 times I almost got kidnapped, because it happened, and I kind of briefly mentioned it in my paranormal video, and I just like said like, oh, these people like try to get me, but this and that. So I'm gonna kind of talk about it more in detail in this video and everything else that was requested, so let's get started. So to start, I'm gonna give you guys like my definition of a pedophile. I think a pedophile is somebody that views someone much younger than them in a sexual manner. Like, people say like, oh, you're a pedophile if you're like 25 and you think like a 12-year-old is cute. Like, I honestly think that's pedophilia. But I mean, if you're like 17 and you look at a 15-year-old and you're like, she's cute, like, I don't think that's called being a pedophile. But some people might think it's wrong, you know? Because, I mean, like, she's like barely about to be a sophomore and he's like about to leave high school. But my viewing of a pedophile is someone who is like 35 years old looking at a 15-year-old, or like a 40-year-old looking at like a 16-year-old. But I mean, once you're 18, you're kind of, you know, legally an adult. So you can do whatever you want after that. But at the same time, if you're like 70 years old and you're kind of creeping on an 18-year-old, that's still pretty creepy. So the 2 times that I got almost kidnapped, I believe it was by pedophiles, because I was 16 years old and then I was 17 years old. So one of the times I was running around the neighborhood, like I was in the track team, I was like, I got to, you know, stay conditioned, I need to go running. So I went running around my neighborhood, and I was literally like down the street from my house. I was super close, but I was so tired because I would go running for a long time. Like, some people will go on like a 10-15 minute run, then they'll be back home, but I stay out for like 30-45 minutes, like just going around and around and around and doing like other little exercises along the way. So I was extremely pooped, and I was like, I'm just gonna walk the rest of the way. Like, I don't got any energy at all. Like, I have no energy to run at all. My legs burn, my chest hurts, yes. And then I was walking and I was like, okay, I'm tired. And this van pulls up and they drive past me, and then they stop, and I hear them like brake really fast, because you know your car goes if you brake really fast. And I'm like, what the like, why did they just do that? And they started reversing, and when they were reversing, they opened up the back door. Like, it was a van that slides open, like an old creepy van that you see in horror movies. And I don't know where this energy came from, but I dashed, you guys. Like, I ran for my life. I was like, hell no, I am not about to get kidnapped right now. Like, I want to live. I ran out of nowhere. I don't know where this energy came from, but I took off to my house, and they started reversing, and then all of a sudden their car just shut down, and I was like, ha bitch, and I kept running. But I don't know, like, that really scared me, the fact that they opened up the door and they started reversing. It's like they were gonna jump out, grab me, and pull me in. Like, no, I was not gonna go down without a fight either way. Another time I had a kind of almost kidnapping experience. I've never talked about this on YouTube, and I don't even think my mom knows about it because it just scared me so much. But there's like this desert, if you walk like a distance from my neighborhood, there's like this desert that you can walk through, and people have walked through it so much that there's kind of a trail now. And I was walking on it by myself, like I was, you know, doing my exercise routine, but I was like, I want to go through here. Like, I want to go because it's nice just to go and relax out there because it's so quiet. Sometimes you see coyotes, but the coyotes won't hurt you. Like, they're more afraid of you than you are of them. So I just went walking through there, and I've been there walking through there since I was like 7 or 8 years old. So I was like, you know, whatever, I'm used to being in here even if it's like dark or whatever. Like, I wasn't there alone at a young age, but I was there, so I knew my way. And then I saw somebody jump over a fence with like all black on, and I got kind of creeped out. I was like, okay, but maybe it's just like a teenager who's like gothic or something. And I kept walking, and they were like walking towards me, and I was like, okay, maybe they're just going on the path. Like, I'm not the only one that takes this path. And I took a turn like off the path to kind of go deeper into the desert, and they kept following me, and I was like, what the heck, what is this? So I started jogging a little bit, and I was kind of, you know, I had my phone just to kind of see the reflection, and they started kind of speed walking, and I was like, dude, like, they better not be following me right now. Like, they better not be following me. And I went behind this tree that was like really thick, and it was like one of those trees that like the branches go all the way to the ground and the leaves kind of are thick so you can't see through it. So I like went inside the tree and I'm like looking through it like, where is this creep at? Like, is he trying to find me? Like, yes, it actually happened. I was hiding in a tree. Your girl was in a tree. And the guy stopped. Like, I just saw him standing there like looking around and I was like, dude, he's looking for me. He's looking for me. So I kind of like got out of the tree and I started going down this little ditch thingy that a lot of people ride their dirt bikes in. And I started like dashing through the snow. I'm not about to die. I took off running and this dude was running. He was running and I jumped over this little like thing that you have to go over to like a gate to get out of the little desert thing and back into the neighborhood. And once I got onto that and over that and I got back on the street, he kind of slowed down and he just like gave up. But I was like, dude, was I about to die? I don't think he was probably gonna kidnap me, but maybe he was gonna kill me. Almost lost my life. Aside from that, on to other stuff. So that was kind of my kidnapping story. I don't know, that kind of had nothing to do with the whole pedophile and catcalling thing, but I still wanted to share it because you guys love my stories, right? So my experiences with catcalling, honestly, I cannot go into Food City. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it's like a Mexican store. It's called Food City, and I hate going in there because every time I go in there, men will whistle at me. And I'm not saying it's like Mexican men that are doing it, but every time I go in that specific store, like that one store, I'm always getting like a, like that kind of thing. And they keep looking like, hey, and I'm like, what the f? I cannot stand when men whistle at me. Like, am I a dog? I'm sorry, I forgot. I have ears, floppy ears, and I'm on all fours walking with the leash and a collar. Sorry, I forgot. I cannot stand when people whistle at me. Like, even if it's like a hot or a cute guy, like, don't whistle at me. I ain't an animal. You can say, hey, or come up to me. But I mean, if you're like, hey, hey girl, hey cutie, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, shut up. One time I was walking at Westgate, and if you live in Arizona, you probably know what Westgate is. It's in like Glendale, I think. And I was walking at Westgate with one of my friends, and this guy was like, hey, hey girl, hey, hey. And I was like ignoring him because I was like, we're about to go over here and eat. I'm not trying to, you know, stop and be like, hey, or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not interested. And I walked away, and I kept walking, and he's like, fine then, bitch.
Okay. I just kept walking. I was like, keep walking. Don't commit a murder. Don't go to jail.
That irked me. Like, I hate when guys, you don't give them the attention they think they're going to get. Like, you know, they want to be rude about it. Like, they want to be, hey, beautiful, hey, pretty, hey, girl, and then be like, F you then, like, forget it, like, blah, 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 flip you off. And I'm like, okay, that's probably why you can't get a girl and you have to actually call at them like that. So, I cannot stand catcalling. Future boys, if you watch this, like if boys watch my videos and you ever see me in person, don't. As for being called like sexy and hot and all that stuff, that really irritates me too. Like most of the time when I go out with my friends, like I'm wearing like something real cute and I'm feeling myself and I'm like, hey, hey, hey. That does not mean I dress up for guys to be like, hey sexy, hey hottie, hey you looking real sexy tonight. Let me see those legs, girl. What that mouth do? Ugh. I did not dress up for you to be catcalling me and be calling me this. Like I hate being called hot, sexy, all that kind of stuff. Like making comments about my legs or my boobs or my butt or whatever. Like I hate people giving me those comments, especially on social media, when guys try to slide in your DMs or message on your photos like you're so hot. Like the only person that can call me hot, sexy, whatever is Bae, which I don't have one right now. But that is the only person that can say it to me. Nobody else. You can call me pretty, you can call me beautiful, gorgeous, whatever you want, but don't be calling me those little extra things. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry, just don't. She also asked me to talk about stalking, so I guess I'll get into that as well. So, I have stalked a few people. I don't mean it as in like, I'm watching you through your window. I mean like, if there's a guy that I like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, if there's a dude that I like or I have interest in or I think is like amazingly gorgeous, I'm probably gonna follow him on his social media and like stalk the hell out of his photos. I'm sorry, that's just how I am. I can't help it. I mean, I'm not gonna like keep going back like constantly all the time like looking at the same stuff like, But it gets really creepy when people start going through your DMs and messaging you and texting you and calling you and following you places. There is this guy, you know what I love? How I have all these experiences. Like, I have lived through so much in my 18 years on Earth, like, that people don't experience in one lifetime. So there's this one guy that we were talking for a while, and this is so, like, I low-key don't want to tell this story because he probably watches my YouTube videos still, and he's gonna see this, and what if he, like, spazzes out and he kills me at school or something, or he finds me, my house, ugh. So this one guy, we were talking for a while, and I eventually told him, I was like, I'm not feeling you, like, honestly, like, I tried to like you, but we're just not clicking, I'm sorry. Kind of. And he was like, okay, it's cool, whatever, we could just be friends, and I was like, cool, cool, cool. And I didn't hear from him for months. And then, about 2 months ago, he tried to come back in my life, and one day I caught him actually taking photos of me. Like, I walked by him, like, and I didn't say anything because, like, we weren't really cool anymore. And I heard him go, like, his phone, like that photo shutter or whatever sound that your camera makes on the iPhone. I heard it. And I turned around and I was like, did you just take a photo of me? And he's like, yeah, and he turned around and kept walking. And I was like, what the I got so creeped out. And after that day of him taking photos of me, like, we were cool at first, remember? So he has my number, he follows me on my social media. All of a sudden he started blowing up my DM saying, like, why are you so mean to me? Why don't you like me? Like, what's your problem? Why can't we just be together? And he would start calling me at like 12 at night, sometimes at 5 in the morning, waking me up. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to block you and report you to the police for stalking. And I got so scared, you guys, because one day I actually answered it and he was just like breathing, and I was like, why did you call me? Hello, why did you call me? And he's just like, and then he hung up, and I was like, so yeah, I haven't heard from him in a few days. Like, he just recently DM'd me on Twitter, and I didn't reply, which really creeps me out. Like, he keeps, like, every single, like, week, he keeps inviting me to go out places with him and do things, and I'm like, no, like, you're scary. You're going to kill me. Oh yeah, that's my little experience with a stalker, and hopefully he goes away. And I told all my coworkers about it at work. I was like, you guys, like, if I go missing one day, like, here's this person's information. Everyone follow him on social media, and they all, like, pulled their phones out. And a few of them were, like, you know, following him and stuff. And then I also told my other coworkers one day, like, it was Sunday, and we were all sitting down eating, and I was like, you guys, like, this dude wants to rape me. So that's pretty much all I have to do, or all I have to say about my experiences with stalking and pedophiles and catcalling all mixed in one video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was entertaining for you. I hope my misery was your happiness. Wait, that doesn't sound right. I hope my experiences were entertaining enough for you to watch the entire video. Let me know in your comments below. Have you ever experienced a stalker or catcalling or anything like that? And I will see you all in my next video. Oh yeah! Wait, before I go, thank you guys for 69,000 subscribers. I am going to hit 70,000 soon. I know if I really try posting these videos, or posting these videos often, I'm gonna be able to get to 70,000 in like the next 3 or 4 days. Like, what? First of all, you guys, my goal was 60,000 by June. We passed it, and then I was like, okay guys, can we maybe get to 70,000 by June? We're about to pass it again. So it's kind of crazy how my channel's kind of, you know, doing its own thing right now. Like, it's not, you know, soaring, but yes. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you with all of my heart, and I will see you all in my next video. And if I go missing, call the police. Thank you. Okay, bye guys.